market को change किया, raw material and all. Then after independence, we thought that we have to go our own self. We have to create our own market. We have to merge into other market also. We have to export our own thing. We have to export our own idea, right? So that is also. So in 1991, I have already discussed this. So in 1991, responding to a financial crisis and to desire for higher rates of economic growth, India embarked on a program of economic reform that has sought increasingly to deregulate various sectors, including trade and foreign investment. While it may be too early to say how good this has been for India, 1991 a financial crisis was. Right. And and after that, we have to sign WTO, World Trade Organization. World Trade Organization में क्या हुआ कि we were forced to go for the world. We were forced to go for the world market. यदि हम वर्ल्ड मार्केट को के अंदर अपने सामान को नहीं बेचते तो we will be lagging behind. हम पीछे रह जाएंगे और हमारा वही हाल होगा. Whatever happen, what we have to face the same aspect what the Soviet Union, USSR has faced. USSR was disintegrated. USSR was disintegrated, right? उसके टुकड़े हो गए थे. तो because उन्होंने ग्लोबलाइजेशन को एक्सेप्ट नहीं किया था. They didn't accept globalization. That was the reason they didn't, it was not able to integrate itself due to the pressure of the economy, due to the pressure on economy of the and the pressure of the economy of the world. So China, why China is so booming? So China is a communist country. You accept the globalization, right? So we have to accept the globalization. So after India, when India was facing a lot of crisis, financial crisis also. So what we have to do, we have to say yes, hello. We have to say yes to the globalization. So what we have to do, we have to change our market policy. क्योंकि मार्केट पॉलिसी को चेंज किए बिना हम ग्लोबलाइजेशन को एक्सेप्ट नहीं कर सकते. एंड आवर ओन पॉलिसीज, internal policies for the world market. We are, quantity and quality. We have to increase according to the world market. We have to increase the quality also. We have to increase the quantity also. And international, pressure was there on Indian market. Many international companies, right? They came to India for their market. International MCQ, multinational companies, MNCs. They came to India. Lot of MNCs came to India, and still they are going to come. And what happened now? Due to the China में जो अभी corona हुआ था, somebody says it's a biological warfare. So lot of companies, MNCs, they want to come to India. They want to join Indian market, right? So during the ये हो गया आपका. Then now resistance to the we are getting end to the chapter. Resistance to the globalization, right? Many parties. India is a democratic country. There are many parties like Communist Party. They don't want. There's some part of the Congress. They don't want we should follow the globalization. तो हमारे देश में भी रेजिस्टेंट है किसके लिए? ग्लोबलाइजेशन के अगेंस्ट. So we have already noted that the globalization is very contentious subject and has invited strong criticism all over the globe. देखिए ग्लोबलाइजेशन को सभी एक्सेप्ट करते हैं ये जरूरी नहीं है. Critics of globalization make a variety of arguments. Those on the left argue on those on the left means the left wing. जो कम्युनिस्ट है, मैंने अभी आपको कहा था कम्युनिस्ट जो हैं they don't accept the globalization. Those on the left argue that the contemporary globalization represents a particular phase of global capitalism that makes the rich richer and fewer and the poor poorer. मीन्स ग्लोबलाइजेशन ने क्या किया, जो अमीर देश हैं, द द हैव हैव कंट्रीज, द हैव कंट्रीज मीन्स जिनके पास पैसा है, हैव, जिनके पास पैसा है, वो क्या हो रहा है, वो रिच टू रिचर होते जा रहे हैं और अमीर होते जा रहे हैं। और जो गरीब कंट्रीज है, साउथ एशियन कंट्रीज, साउथ ईस्ट एशियन कंट्रीज, राइट, तो वो गरीब होते जा रहे हैं, राइट. सो now what happened? Those on the left argued that the contemporary globalization represents a particular phase of global capitalism. ग्लोबलाइजेशन जो है कैपिटलिज्म को बढ़ावा दी, और लेफ्ट पार्टी जो है कम्युनिज्म को बढ़ावा दी, राइट. तो that makes the rich richer and poor to poorer. Weakening of the state leads to a reduction in the and the capacity of the state to protect the interest of the poor. तो बेसिकली क्या है कि स्टेट जो देश कंट्रीज जो है, वो जो अमीर आदमी है ना, उनको सपोर्ट कर रही है, जो बेसिकली लेफ्ट पार्टी है, लेफ्ट विंग है. लेफ्ट विंग सेज, कम्युनिस्ट सेज that the globalization always support the rich part of the world, means western part of the world, westernization. This globalization support the westernization, right? So and they are weakening the capability of the state. weakening में जो कमजोर कर रही है किसको, जो अब स्टेट की अपनी कैपेबिलिटी, because they are following the globalization, because they have to import lot of western goods, western commodities into their own country, so their own market is gone. They have to depend on the westernization. That is the answer. Critics of globalization from the political right express anxiety over political, economic and cultural effects. वो क्या कह रहे हैं, बेसिकली जो क्रिटिक्स है, जो क्रिटिसाइज करते हैं ग्लोबलाइजेशन को, दे यूज्ड टू से दैट ग्लोबलाइजेशन अफेक्ट्स द पॉलिटिकल एस्पेक्ट ऑफ अ कंट्री, इकोनॉमिक एंड द कल्चरल एस्पेक्ट्स ऑफ द ऑफ वन कंट्री. पुअर कंट्री, वीक कंट्री, उसके ऊपर वो, उनके ऊपर वो इम्प्रिंट छोड़ती है. बेसिकली जो कमजोर देश है वो दब जाते हैं. दे यूज्ड टू सबड्यू themselves under the rich countries, and the effects is negative because their own market is gone in the globalization. अब बेसिकली हम क्या कहते हैं कि जो पुअर रिटेलर है, उनकी उनकी उनके बिजनेस खत्म हो चुका है. जो छोटे दुकानदार, they what they say, small shopkeepers, they say, big malls and all, they have captured their markets. Under the one roof, you can go and you can buy from your daily need articles, daily need commodities, to anything under one roof. We don't have to go one shop to the another shop. This is the market, right? Everything, you have got lot of choices. So they captured the small market. Globalization captured the small markets. So it has its own effect on political, on economic, and cultural. In political terms, they also fear the weakening of the state economically. They they want a return to self-reliance, because every every country, every weak country, every economically weak country wants to be the stronger country. हर हर कोई अमीर बनना चाहता है. Let me tell you one thing. कोई भी नहीं कहेगा. Nobody will say no to the money. Let me tell you one thing. No one will say no to the money. So they want a return to self-reliance and protectionism, at least in certain areas of economy. वो चाहते हैं कि उनकी इकोनॉमी को, the poor country wants that their economy should be protected, right? The rich country should protect their economy also. They should not think selfishly. The big country, they should not be biased. They should think about the economic terms of the poor country also. They should protect them also, right? If they are unable to protect. So culturally, they are worried that traditional culture will be harmed and people will lose their age-old values and ways. Right. सो लोग क्या कहते हैं कि ग्लोबलाइजेशन से उनका कल्चर हैज बीन डिस्ट्रॉयड. एक इनकी एक कल्चर का एक हर एवरी कंट्री हैज इट्स ओन कल्चर, एवरी सोसाइटी हैज इट्स ओन कल्चर, even our individual has its own culture. They say that their own culture has gone, and they will have been overpowered by the westernization. So the their age old values, पुरानी जो values थे उनके, जो देशों के पुराने values है, अपनी values है, वो खत्म हो चुके हैं. I told you that आपकी जो अपनी values थी, earlier you were in a joint family. Now you are gone in a single family, new family, छोटी family में आज, right? And your marriage ceremony has changed. Your many ceremonies related to your religion has been changed. Your own language has been changed, overpowered by the westernization, right? So this is our answer. So it is important, yeah, it is important to note that there that anti-globalization movements to participate in global networks align with those who feel like them in their countries. Many anti-globalization movements are not opposed to the idea of globalization per se as much as they are opposed to a specific program of globalization. So the people who are anti-globalization, they used to say that they are not against the globalization. They also want to march ahead with the time, the changing time, the changing scenario, the changing world. They want to march also with them. But they do want that they should not be captured by Western power. The idea should not be captured by the Western power. They want to also love. Let they also face the same competition. The rich people also face the same competition. Right? Rule and regulation should be the same. They should not think only to capture the weak countries market, weak economies market, right? To fulfill their own needs. They should not be biased. वो कह रहे हैं कि हम कुछ पर्टिकुलर उनके कुछ रूल एंड रेगुलेशन के खिलाफ हैं. कौन? Weak countries, they used to say that they are certainly against some rule and regulation of globalization. They are not anti-globalization. So in 1999, the World Trade Organization's ministerial meeting, there were widespread protests of settled alleging unfair trading practices by the economically powerful state. There it is. Wait for a few seconds. Yeah. The word social form, this, it was argued that the interests of the developing world were not given sufficient importance in the evolving global economic system. World दो हिस्सों में बटा हुआ है in the globalization basically economically. One is developing world, one is developed world. So the, what the developing world, they have the complaint that the developed world, they are not giving the way to them, right? So it was argued that the interest of the developing world were not given sufficient. The interests of the developing world were not given sufficient importance in the evolving ग्लोबल इकोनॉमिक सिस्टम। जो ग्लोबल इकोनॉमिक सिस्टम है उनको इम्पोर्टेंस नहीं दिया जाता है। वर्ड big word means developed word means economically strong power nations. They want to capture the market of poor countries. उनके पास उनके because they don't have so much sufficient infrastructure. They are not developed. They have the complaint. So they say that it was argued that the interests of the developing world were not given sufficient importance in the evolving global economic system. The World Social Forum is another global platform. WSF is another platform which brings together a wide coalition composed of human rights and activists, environmentalists, labor, youth, and women activists opposed to neoliberal globalization. जो नया जो ग्लोबलाइजेशन हुआ है इसके अगेंस्ट पूरा यूथ खड़ा हो चुका है। कई यूथ जो देश के बहुत many countries are against new system of globalization. Human rights activists are there, environmentalists are there. We are degrading our own environment. We want to develop, right? But we are cutting the forest. We are degrading the forest and so on, right? So environment is degrading day by day. The WSF Forum, World Social Forum, meetings were organized in Porto Alegre, Brazil in 2001. The fourth WSF meeting was held in Mumbai in 2004. मुंबई में इसका मीटिंग हुआ था कब 2004 में and lot of delegates they were basically anti globalization because they think that we are destroying our nature. Sustainable development is only the word. Let me tell you one thing. Many countries say sustainable development when you are not harming the nature, and but you have to develop. Sustainable development is only in the word, in the dictionary. Now nobody cares the nature, right? This is the answer. So what is that said? That the first WSM meeting was again in Brazil, 2001. In 2004, It happened in Mumbai. The seventh WSF meeting was held in Nairobi, Kenya, 2007. Right. So tomorrow we will be end of the part of the chapter that globalization will be ending and your this book is also end. So this last part is there. We will discuss. By tomorrow it will come to an end. Thank you and have a nice time.